acceptance. Acceptance is what's going to help us grow into these beautifully flawed, magnificent creatures that the Most High built, made, special on his earth. And I'm telling you, you are special because you survived. That means you have a divine protection over you. And you need to remember that every day. Every day. Every day. Remember that there is a divine protection over you. But in moving forward, one of the things we were talking about in the other video was our food and how we eat. And how, the foods we, consume in our body could also be a factor as to why we get unhealthy and stroke or have a heart attack or, seizures, aneurysms. It could be any form of disability that you dealt with or you're dealing with at the time. But you also have to know that eating healthy and taking care of your body and eating things that feed your body energy also helps, heal your body and make you a stronger person. I find that alkaline water is definitely good for us. It has to be more than the 7.0 pH balance in order for it to do its work. It helps balance the pH in our body. It helps speed up the healing of wounds, which is good, and other injuries. I heard that alkaline water is with it restores the energy in our body, which we are of electrical sources anyway. The body regenerates. It regenerates nerves. So alkaline, it also it purifies this food that we've been eating, this Western diet as they call it. It helps us to be able to digest it a little better, our GI tract. And alkaline water also works as a detoxifier. It detoxifies our body of impurities that are no good for us. So it improves taste. It improves the skin, like skin treatment, acne, eczema. And most importantly, it improves the hydration levels. Staying hydrated is very, very important when you're doing physical therapy, when you're walking. What happens with, when you're out moving around and you have muscle stiffness. Hydration is one of the things that keeps it going and restores its nutrients back in. So it's important how we stay hydrated and eating good foods. Like some of the foods that are good for people who are in recovery from strokes is turkey, because it enhances the melatonin, and helps you sleep, which is overall good for your well-being. Beans, black and kidney beans, are good for us when we're in the recovery process of healing from the actual stroke. Black beans, kidney beans, they help with the bladder. It helps strengthen our muscles, I guess, in the bladder, and helps you prevent incontinence. Yogurt. When some, people are recovering, it's hard to swallow at first. Yogurt is easy to go down. It's easier than chewing food. And it may just help restore some of your nutrients because you're not eating, because you can't swallow that much. Oatmeal, good for the fiber. Tuna. Spinach. I have this awesome way I make spinach. It's so good. Butter with minced garlic. You cook the garlic in the pan with the butter. And then you add the spinach. No water. Don't add any water. You just let it boil. You let it cook down until it's soft. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Spinach, apples, and so those are the things some of the foods that we eat that can help during the recovery after a stroke. The other things that we eat, afterwards, I'm going to tell you, once you get out of the hospital or, whenever you get out of the hospital from any kind of procedure, it takes you a while for your stomach and your appetite to come back back to work. When I first came home, I was still eating on the hospital schedule, still eating the same kind of food. I was fixed on this. And I had started losing weight, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stay on this diet. But the minute my mom came over with that fried chicken, it was a wrap. I was back to eating good food again, not the hospital food, but in moderation. So, we have to stay mindful of how we care for ourselves. But we, again, have to be mindful how we're treating people. It's not their fault. They didn't do it to us. We didn't even do it to us. It's okay to be angry, but be angry in the right way. It's okay to be, a little remorseful. Or, I don't want you to feel like, you have to stop being who you were before. You can always be you. You're just a little different now. And one of my good friends asked me to make sure, I talk about, the people who aren't that supportive of your newfound way of life. And those are the people who can't understand, who make you feel a type of way. Those people weren't supposed to be around you anyway, so it's okay to cut them off. Queen Sugar gives you permission to cut those people off who do not make you feel good. So I wanted to bring that up as well. By no means, if anyone's treating you a type of way because you're disabled, if they're treating you any kind of way other than the way you should be treated, cut them off. Report them. Tell somebody, because it's not supposed to go down like that. Call Queen Sugar. I'll tell them. I'll take care of it for you. I will, though. I will. You are supported. If you need us, we are here for you. I am not rich, but I'm rich in love, and I'm rich in abundance, divine power, divine abundance, because he loves me. He wants me to send this message to you all, that your life is still worth living. Yeah, I still get out and do everything I used to. Not so much now because of COVID and the pandemic. But there was a time after, you started to feel like, I can get out and do things. And it was very, very strange at first because I felt like everybody was always watching me. Felt like everybody was looking at me. I walk in the room, they're like, oh, she looks like she's in pain. Oh, and I would be like, what the hell is everybody staring at? This is still me. I just got a little cane now. The little kickstand with the purse. The handle, the purse that holds the arm that holds the purse. Stays like this. So I would be, at first not at first. Took a while. I'm not even going to make it seem like it's that easy because it wasn't. It took a long time for me to understand that let them look. None of those people understand what it takes for you to take 10 steps. So hold your head up high with your cane and walk on, girl. Walk on. So it took a while for me to build that self-esteem. But what took me so long to build, I want to encourage you to do it faster than it took me. Seriously. Walk your walk. Talk your talk. If they can understand you, talk your talk. If they can't understand you, write your right. Do what it takes. This is the new you. You better love it. You better floss it. Because nobody else is going to live you better than you. No one's going to do you better than you. You have to have that same ambition, that same fire in you to get up and do it. No, I didn't think I could get on a roller coaster and not fall off because I couldn't hold it. I did it. Something in me said, girl, go on and do that roller coaster ride. Girl, and I did it. And when I did, it was hysterical, but I'm telling you, I was shaking for a good hour after the ride. I was shaking like my daughter and her friend were like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. But I was so glad I did it because It was something else that I didn't believe I could ever do. Try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You can't do it? That's nothing new. But if you try and you actually achieve, now you're reaching a milestone. Something you didn't think you would ever do, but you did it. And if you do that all the time, you will see where this fire and sugar comes from. Because I done went across the country in a car, driving. Never thought I'd do it. Did it. Did it with my kids. My daughters, should I say. And it was amazing. The scenery, the drive was amazing. My daughter used to tell me, because when, you first come home and you're trying to adapt to this new life, I was so impatient. They would say, Mommy, da-da-da-da. I go, oh, come on, hurry up. And they said, well, where do you have to go? And I go, nowhere. So what are you in such a rush for? I'm like, I don't know. But I had to learn to be patient with other people because I wanted things right then and there. So she told me, like, when one of my family members was like, are you going to go with us to maybe Chicago? We're going to drive. My daughter answered for me and said, no, she can't do that. No. Not even an hour she'll be able to drive in that car. So from her saying that a few years ago to me driving across the country, I have reached a milestone, I'm telling you. Things have happened in my life because I didn't surrender. I didn't quit. And I refused to quit. I could stroke again, and I'll tell you again, I'm still not going to quit. Because if you left here on this earth, that means I don't think it was a mistake. I don't think it was an accident. I don't think the Most High wanted you to sit on this earth and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda had, versus in saying, I'm going to try this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to reach a milestone. I'm going to reach another goal today. I swear, if he didn't do that for you, you wouldn't be here. So, with that, I want you to keep being encouraged. I want you to keep coming back. Keep supporting your girl, Queen Sugar, is Sexy Disabled. Keep supporting our disabled community. Keep believing in yourself. Keep keeping on. That's all you got to do is keep it on and keep trying. Keep believing that you can do anything you want to do. You just have to believe it. And the second thing, not only believe it, but to try. If you don't try, you'll never know what the outcome was. You'll never know what the absolute ending would have been. Whether you were successful, victorious, whatever. Be lovable. Love on yourself. Love yourself. Love every bit of yourself. Because there's never going to be another you. And you have to show people how to love you. Okay? That's not even being disabled. We're not just talking to the disabled community. We're talking to people who really, really want to support our people, the people who live with others who have disability. I'm talking to you too. You have to love yourself too. It takes a lot to be encouraging to someone who's lost just about everything except a life. So it's not easy, and I don't want you to ever think that, you're not appreciated. You are appreciated. Sometimes you need to hear it. And I'm encouraging my people, if someone's helping you, tell them every chance you get how much you appreciate them and how much you're grateful and how much you thank them. Those are 3 different things, you see? Appreciation, grateful, and thankful. You have to show that to the people who support you. Because without them, where would you be? Definitely. And I don't want you to ever feel like, you don't have the right to be loved, or you have to deal with people treating you a certain type of way because of the situation you're in. No, you don't. No, you don't. I say that because, short another sugar story. So I was at the strip mall, and I was with my kids, I think. And there's another guy walking, It's a hot summer day. And he's like, got his pants, both his legs on one pant leg. And the other leg is dangling off. And I'm like, oh my jeez. This poor man. And I get out and I get myself over there with, me and my cane. And we're like at one of the little storefronts at the strip mall. And they have a water machine inside. And I had just left out of there. And I said to him, I was like, excuse me, are you okay? Do you need some help? He's like, I just want some water. I walked a long, long way. I was like, okay. Look, they have water in here. So I help him in, get him a glass of, the little water machine that they have. Get him some water. And I started asking him, I'm like, who's helping you? He's like, he's an older gentleman. And he's like, nobody. I didn't have no help today. And I had to come pay my bill. I was like, do you realize both your legs are in one leg? And he looked at it, he's like, oh, that's why I was so tight. We laughed so hard. But I showed him where the bathroom was. And he figured it out. He came back out. And I was like, do you need anything else? Do you need me to go up and pay your bill or anything? And he's like, oh, so you stroke too? I was like, yeah. He's like, so you're doing better than me? I was like, no, don't say I'm doing better than you. I'm not doing better than you. I'm just doing. Well, there's levels to this. I'm on a different level. That's it. So, my people, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people, understand Queen Sugar loves y'all. I love everybody. Everybody. And I want you to know that you're not alone. Like and subscribe and share this to all the people that you know who are dealing with disability, who feel, they could have some support. Keep it coming. Let's just keep doing this. I want our community to keep building, and I thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie, DJ Dev Steph. Thank you, Mustafa Jerna. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, DeAndre. Thank you, Dealisha. Thank you, Angela. I thank you all very much. I love you. I thank you. Keep supporting your girl, Queen Sugar, Sexy Disabled. We out.